So where the hell is this thing? I'm trying to. Where is?
You okay over there?
Yeah, I'm trying to find where.
What are you looking for?
Hey, where are the Jets fans?
Oh, I see what you did.
What are they? Where'd they? Hey. No, I can't. What happened to them? That's like I'm looking like I don't. Where is? I mean, did something happen yesterday I don't know about? What happened? They were. I don't understand. They were at home against the Patriots, who just looked awful on Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
The forced quarterback controversy in New England.
Well, by the way, I don't know that Mac Jones looked all that much better.
He didn't. He didn't. By the way, he was saved on an interception because they called him roughing the passer.
Yeah.
And he did throw another one. I'm looking around.
I had a buddy who was begging him to put in Bailey Zappi. I'm like, because he finished the last game really well.
Right.
Like, my God.
Hey, man, look, we can say whatever we want. There's a weak link on the New York Jets, and it's Zach Wilson. Am I wrong?
Well, I'll put it this way. He hasn't played enough football in the NFL yet to get an idea of where he's going to be or where he's at. And I don't mean to segue to another game, but like the Giants yesterday. So the Giants lose out in Seattle. Tough place to go get a win. Seattle Seahawks are a much better team than we thought. And, I was watching the game thinking to myself, people are going to take – like the takeaway from this game is going to be, Daniel Jones. He's just not the guy. And the funny thing is, if you actually look back over the course of the season, that's pretty much been what Daniel Jones has done in almost every game. The difference was Seattle limited Saquon Barkley's impact. And so I kind of look at it and say, look, if the Giants feel like Daniel Jones has proven enough or done enough after this year to be the guy and they franchise tag him or they figure out a way of getting a long-term extension with him, great. But it's taken a while to get to this point, and it's taken a new coach to get to this point. Sometimes, and I'm not saying that Robert Saleh is going to get fired and he's not going to be the guy who's making that decision, but it just takes time. This is a quarterback who's in his second year. He's already missed some time. That was one of my biggest concerns in the first case, was the fact he's a smaller quarterback. He's going to be more subject to injury, and he has been so far. Some of the concerns about, whether or not he could read, go through progressions, not make some of those mistakes, they're still out there. I mean, he threw one of the worst picks I've seen. I don't know if he was trying to throw it away, and he just wanted to throw it close enough in the proximity of one of his own players. But when he scrambled out to his right, was trying to buy some time to make a play downfield and just threw it to the sideline. I don't know what he was doing. And I think the hard thing is that stuff, when you haven't played that many games, you get the benefit of the doubt of people saying, okay, he's still a young player. Let's see if he can grow out of it. By the end of this year, into his third year, people don't want to be seeing that. And that's where they start to get, the conversation gets tough. And as I said before, and I don't know if they're going to be in that position to take a top quarterback when it's all said and done in this year's draft. But if they are, and by the way, I hope Jets fans are listening to this. If you are in a position to take a quarterback that you have graded higher than the quarterback that's on your roster when you drafted him, if you're in a position to take one and he's a better prospect coming out, I don't care how much you like Zach Wilson as a Jets fan or how cool you think it is that he's trying to bang your mom. I don't care about that. The reality is you should hope your organization is checking out all these prospects to make sure you're not missing out on a guy that can maybe take you to a Super Bowl. I'll just leave it at that.
You know what, ladies and gentlemen? Happy Halloween.
Yeah.
Happy Halloween. There he is, folks. That is why that is, by the way.
The reality is, as much as there's some throws that you go, yeah, I'm sure you wish he had that back, and they weren't good throws. There were some good throws in there. There were some nice plays.
Well, he does have arm talent, right? I mean,
yeah. Which, by the way, for folks who don't know what arm talent is, there's wide variations of arm talent. He can throw, the ball from different platforms, sidearm, and doesn't have to have his feet all lined up. That's great. But when we say arm talent for Josh Allen or arm talent for Patrick Mahomes, he's not in the same category as those guys.
Yeah, it's, all right, so let's listen to Robert Saleh, his head coach, of course, being asked about the situation at quarterback and the performance of Zach Wilson.
Does he have to play better? Has it reached the point where he has to play better?
Well, he always has to play better. There's the point is as soon as you step on the field, you have to play better. Yeah, he's got to play better. We got to find ways to help him. So the last 2 weeks, the last 3 weeks, played 3 really, really good defenses. Obviously, we got to perform against good defenses. Denver did it to Trevor Lawrence again today, so it's he's been playing some really good defenses, but the self-inflicted wounds are what we got to get cleaned up because they're going to make it hard enough. We just don't need to compound it by making mistakes that help them.
Now, the good news is...
Well, hold on. Are the Patriots that good of a defense? They're like a middle-of-the-road defense in the NFL.
Yeah,
right
it's not what the Patriots teams we've seen before. It's not even close to where they were last year. Or even, I would say, a couple of years ago. But the good news is that, for the Jets, they get the Bills this next week. So
right, which is a good defense. Right?
Yeah.
Are we counting the Packers as a good defense?
It depends. It depends on who's trying to make the math make sense and make the math work on their quarterback's performance. Listen, this is why when we were talking about the game last week, and I said, "What do you think the betting line is going into this game?" And we were all shocked that the Patriots were a favorite, coming on the heels of what that game was on Monday Night Football against the Bears. And we were shocked. And then as the week went on, more money came in on the Patriots.
Right.
And it was like, well, that's a little odd. And I took the Patriots because I just thought, this is a weird year, and this would be the most appropriate Patriots win. That they, after that garbage they rolled out on Monday Night Football, still managed a way to go in and beat the Jets on the road. And that's exactly what happened. And like you said, it wasn't like they got great quarterback play, but Zach Wilson was turning the ball over. And so Robert Saleh, who spoke to the fans on Friday and said, hey, we need you there an hour before kickoff. Leave your tailgates. Get it an hour before kickoff. I just wonder if he's going to reimburse those fans for the booze and food that they ate and drank in that hour that they were there just to watch Zach Wilson and this team defecate all over themselves on the eve of Halloween. I just want to know if there's going to be a reimbursement there.
Everyone's keeping receipts, right? So I'm sure they got the receipts for the refund.
Listen.
Here's what I'll say, too. They're a young team. Like, there are some players who are playing out of this world. Quinn Williams has been one of them. He's really growing into, if Aaron Donald retires, you've got guys like Chris Jones who, he plays inside. He's been playing a little bit outside, too, more of late. But Quinn Williams is that next, dominant figure in the inside. Sauce Gardner's awesome. He's had a great rookie year. Garrett Wilson's had a solid rookie year. Breece Hall before the injury. That's the one thing that stands out to you that moving forward, if you're a Jets fan and you're hoping that they can compete with some of the better teams and they can make the playoffs, you don't have the guy who was really carrying you through that 3-game win streak. That was Breece Hall. Once things get exposed and you had to put it on your quarterback's shoulders, then you see what's going to happen. So that's the tough part, is they're going to have to get back to getting James Robinson feeling comfortable with the offense and running the football, I think, in order to have the type of success you saw in the previous 3 weeks, because, last week's script, that's not going to do it. It's just not going to be able to win them a lot of football games.